All right, everyone, welcome back for another episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021. So we're just going to look here at the VIX here, starting off. I posted this on Twitter. So you guys know, if you saw my tweet by now, that I did pick up a little bit of VXX here, did add some exposure based on this trend line. We can see a little bit better if we look on the hourly. So you have this little trend line. Now this trend line may fail. As we can see, actually the VIX coming in nicely and the spider's squeezing up here. I did pick up as well a SPXL hedge again. So now I have a hedge position, which is triple long the S&P, and I've added some VXX. So essentially I'm just kind of protecting myself here. So again, we've been talking for a while about a possible another leg down in the VIX. I think that there's a possibility we make another low, and that could be about to happen. But at the same time, I really like this look here on the VIX futures. So you see we put it in a bottom in the middle of June. And really since then, if we take a look at the spiders, we've, let's say June 14th was the bottom in the VIX futures there. That was right about here. And since then, the market has moved up along with the VIX. So that's one of those leading indicators that you can look for that tells you that a correction's coming, volatility is being accumulated here. And also notice this picture perfect inside bar pattern here, bullish pattern on the VIX futures. So even if we lose this trend line, I'm protecting I'm leaving some cash on the table to add more. My bigger level would be much lower. Once we get close there, I'll let you guys know what that is. But for right now, I just picked up a little bit more VIX, not a ton of VXX, but just enough to add some exposure, just in case we hold up here and we get going with volatility earlier. But spiders look like they're going to squeeze into the close, so I wanted to pick up some SPXL in case we have some type of blow-off move like we saw last year. It's funny, we're almost repeating the same type of pattern here. We kind of just had this little micro consolidation here last year, and then we had this blow-off move. We could have that here, so I want to be protected. That's why I have the SPXL. But just to kind of summarize what my thought process is right now for you guys. Outside of that, big winner today, Snowflake. I took half of this position off this morning at about 280, and I'm letting the rest run. My target about 300, 305. So hopefully we can get that to run there, and then we're just going to advance our stop. I'd probably keep my stop at about, I'd say about this gap fill here at about 268. If we close below that, then I'd probably stop out on the other half, so that way I can guarantee a profit on both sides. But yeah, I do think this should get to target at about 305. So it's got a really good chance of doing that. Other ones I'm keeping on the radar here is Peloton. I really like this. I tweeted this out yesterday. Nice daily chart consolidation, and even better on the weekly. If this holds up and into the weekend, gives me a buy signal, I will most likely take this long. So just be ready for that. And then I was going to mention this yesterday. I forgot about it, but Canopy, we talked about this last week. This is one that we'll look for possibly to pick up on Thursday and to try and front run the short covering into earnings. So again, to summarize, Tilray, these pot stocks tend to run into earnings. Tilray did that the day of earnings, and they actually beat estimates, and now coming back in a little bit. But the point is, it was up 25% just in one day. So this is something that we could potentially look to take advantage of here this weekend. So we'll keep an eye on Canopy going into the weekend, or going into the latter part of the week, I should say. And that's one we may look to play. So spiders, yeah, inching up here. We'll probably squeeze it up into the close. And that could put us in the blow-off top scenario, the one that I've been talking about. So we'll watch that. Also, we'll keep an eye on GDX as well. GDX holding up just a little bit. If this can firm up a little bit more and prove itself, we may take a stab at this one as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. Crude coming in a little bit here today. Continuing to kind of roll over a bit, but it is holding this low pivot, at least for now, at about 70, we'll call it 70, 76 there. So crude possibly making a higher low, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, crude just kind of hanging in there right now. XLE did bounce off of support. It had this gap fill here, which you broke through, and then you kind of broke back above, and you kind of consolidated above it. Now you're back testing it there. So XLE might be able to hold up for a little bit longer. Transport's kind of looking the same kind of deal here. You had this support line, you never closed below. Now you've tested it a few times, and you're getting a little bit of a bid off of it. So market looking like it wants to hold up a bit going forward here. And yeah, we might get a blow-off scenario here. Qs were weak this morning, but back up to the highs. Qs were actually underperforming quite a bit here, and now they're starting to lead again. So we'll just keep an eye on these things here. Again, we have the SPXL hedge now, so we're in this. If it wants to push higher, we can, you know, we're hedged. So, and then we can just add volatility once it gets to a ridiculous level. But anyways, we're just going to leave it at that. You guys take care and have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you tomorrow.